Welcome to the Biz Builders Podcast, where we believe building the business of your dreams can change your life. I'm your host, Sandy Patterson, former teacher turned certified life and business coach. After 14 years of teaching, I took a huge leap, left my job, and built 2 successful businesses with no business or sales background. Now I'm living the life of my dreams, and I'm ready to help you do the same. You're in the right spot here if you're ready to dig into not only the strategy of business building, but also the belief in yourself that building a business is possible. You're made for this, and you've got exactly what it takes to create the financial, time, and location freedom you're craving. Over here, we value progress over perfection. We embrace being uncomfortable, and we believe that anything, literally anything you want, is possible for you with the right strategy, mindset, and support. You'll also hear inspiring stories here and, of course, failures of women who are doing the same thing. The whole idea is if she can do it, so can I. Thanks for being here. Let's dive in. Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I almost just said happy Tuesday, but it's definitely not Tuesday. Yesterday was Tuesday, and I thought yesterday all day was Thursday. So we're a little off here, but hello, I am so happy to be here with you. It's been a hot second since I have jumped on Instagram Live. There have been so many amazing things going on in my world, just so much good stuff. And my boys are still on spring break right now. They have 2 weeks of spring break, so they'll go back to school on Monday. And I just always feel like when my boys are home, it's just a different vibe. Like, it's so much fun, and I still, work my business, but I just really try to do like bare minimum and what feels good and exciting to me. So I'm at the studio this morning, and I wanted to hop on with this little hot tip here, excuse me, about something that has been going on in my world, in my clients' world, and something that I have really noticed happening. And it's something that held me back when I was in the beginning of my business. And it's something that I see this like belief and this thought holding people back. So I wanted to address this. If you are here right now too, please feel free to drop in the comments, say hi, tell me, how you're doing today. And just let's dive in. So I think that what I notice happening is that there's this belief around your experience and you signing clients as a coach, okay? So especially in the beginning. So what happens is you think that, okay, when I sign my first 5 clients or my first 2 clients or my first client or my first 3 clients, whatever it is, when I sign those people up, and I have those people in my space, that's when I'm gonna start to feel really, really confident. That's when I'm gonna start to feel like I know what I'm doing. That's when I'm gonna start to really show up, because when I have those people in my space, that's when I get to be really confident. And every time that this conversation comes up with one of my clients, I literally am like, okay, honey, you have it backwards. You have it ass backwards here. And I say that lovingly because you have it backwards, okay? It's not that you have to wait until you get clients to feel confident. You literally don't have to wait for anything to feel confident. And this is what I see in this sense of holding people back, because what ends up happening when you're in this belief and you're in this headspace, hold on, let me take a drink of water. When you're in this headspace of okay, when I get the clients, or when I finish this course, or when I have X amount in my bank account, then I'll show up and then I'll feel really confident. What I see happening is that in your content, not even just your content, it's not even just about content. This is about really energy in your conversations, in the way you're showing up, in the things that you're doing, in your outreach, in everything that you're doing in regards to your business to begin to grow it. That energy is in a very, very needy, unconfident vibe, right? We're having to convince people that oh yes, I can totally do this. This is so good. This is going to be so good. Come into coaching with me. And what ends up happening is well, yes, in that energy of I'll feel confident when I have more clients. So I need you to feel confident. Nobody wants, I don't want to sign up to work with somebody to like validate them, right? Like I want to sign up to work with somebody because I trust that they're going to help me get to the next level, right? So when we come from this energy of like, I need you to validate me, I need you to feel confident, and you're not obviously like, you're not saying that in your content, you're not saying that in conversations, but that's the energy, like that's the vibe that we're putting out. That's not a good vibe, right? And so what ends up happening is that, well, yes, in that energy, in that vibe, you can absolutely, and you may very well sign clients. But what you find happening then is like, it's not this magical like switch that's flipped that like makes you confident all of a sudden. Now you're in this cycle of like, okay, well, like now I gotta like prove myself to them, and I gotta just make sure that they're like so happy, and I gotta make sure that I'm getting them results. And if they don't get results, then that looks really bad on me. And I've gotta like over deliver, and I've gotta give them like, you know, extra and all these things. And I've really got to like just bend over backwards and bend, you know, break my boundaries to make sure that they know that I'm like an amazing coach. And then you're like stuck in this cycle, right? And you initially thought like, oh, when they pay that invoice, when I get that client in front of me, then I'm going to feel confident, and then I'm going to just show up and do my thing and be me. And it's the opposite. You end up just perpetuating that cycle. So the question then is, well, wait a second, like how do I become confident when I think that I need these external things to feel confident? Because essentially what we want to do is we want to get rid of that clingy energy, of that energy where you're like trying to get people to sign up to work with you to validate you, because it's not going to work. Like the cycle will just continue, and it doesn't work. I've seen it. I've lived it. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. So what do we do? Excuse me. What do we do to get out of this, like get out of this belief that like I need money, or I need a certain amount of clients, or I need to finish this course before I can show up and fully feel confident? Well, we start to tap into feeling confident before any of those outside, any of those external things even come in. Because think about this, if you are sitting and you're trying to decide between like two different programs, or two different options, or two different coaches, or whatever, like you're most likely going to be more magnetized and more attracted to the person who stands so solid in themselves, in their offer, and how they can help you, versus the person that's like trying to convince you and trying, like you feel like, again, you feel like you signing up is like you validating them in order for them to feel confident. Like who are you going to pick? Like you're going to pick the person that's coming at you with like so much conviction, where it's like, I don't need you. Like I don't need you to sign up to work with me. Like it would be great, I would love to work with you, but like I don't need you to do that to validate me, because I know my value, I know my worth, I know what I can do in this transformation. I'm just simply inviting you to come along, and if you want to come, like great, here's what we're going to do together. But otherwise, like it's fine, I'm going to keep doing my thing, even if you decide to come along with me or not. And that energy is so much different than the energy of like, oh, please come work with me. Like, I really want to work with you. Like, oh my gosh, if you don't sign up, I'm, you know, low key going to have a meltdown, you know, in the bathroom if you say no to me. That's a very different energy. So how do we step into this energy of feeling confident outside of any external results? And the person that's coming at you, think about this too, not coming at you, you know what I mean? But if the person that's like speaking to you in a very like confident tone and is like, yes, this is what I have, this is how we're going to do this, this is, you know, excuse me, what we're going to do. Excuse me. I've had this like thing in my throat for the past couple of days. Fine though, everything's fine. That person is, you don't know, and they don't owe you an explanation about how many people have already bought. For all you know, like you don't know, 100 people could have worked with this person, 5 people could have worked with this person, 1 person could have worked with this person, nobody, like maybe there's nobody even in this offer, but she really feels really confident in that conviction. You guys, I'm so sorry. She feels really confident in her offer and what she has, and also in her value. It's like it's absolutely 100% detaching from the outcome. It's saying, I get to believe, I get to decide, and I get to know, like through and through in my bones, that what I have is a game changer. And now just people get to come along with me and we get to do this thing, and I literally get to change their life. And I think oftentimes in the beginning we think, oh my gosh, like life-changing. What are some like life-changing things? Well, life-changing things, like we could look at it as like, you know, brain surgery or going to the moon, or, you know, like all these big different things. But also, life-changing things get to be the thing that you're living out, that your ideal client is looking at you going, damn, I wish I could have that. Like, oh shit, like she gets to pick her kids up from school every day. Like that freaking sounds like a dream to me. And I know this because I was on the other end of this. Like, life-changing doesn't have to be like, it gets to be something. It doesn't have to be something like fireworks in the sky, like going to space in a spaceship or doing brain surgery, right? Like it gets to be these small shifts and these small things that literally change someone's life and how they're living. And if you can align that, if you can tie that to their values and what's important to them, then you're sold. Like it's solid, it's done, it's a done deal. And so I know for me, like for a long time, I was like, yeah, like there's like, you know, so many coaches out there, like what I do isn't different. What I do like isn't important. What I do is just like, it's fine. Like it's just basic, you know, whatever. But then I started to do this work and I started to understand that like, oh wait, no, like what you're doing actually is life-changing. I'm literally helping women create lives that revolve around what's important to them, that allow them to have this freedom that I was craving 5 years ago, 10 years ago, looking at people and going, oh my God, I wish I could have that. I wish I could work from home and make money and make a difference from my Viore jogger, in my Viore joggers, from my office at home while the laundry is like going in the background, and being able to take my dog for a walk, you know, in the middle of calls. That to me is life-changing. And so what you have, I encourage you to step into whatever it is like that you're thinking about what you do, and really tap into how it is life-changing. Because if you can tap into that, you can also tap into the confidence and the conviction of how what you offer is going to change somebody's life. And that's where the confidence and the conviction comes from before any sales even roll in. That's where you get to show up and be like, hell yes, I don't care if nobody signs up for this. I know that this is like gonna freaking change everything. And it's not going to just change everything for that one person. It's going to change everything. It's going to ripple, right? Like it's going to change everything for, in this example of like, oh, like life-changing. I get to pick my kids up from school. That's going to change her life. It's going to change her kids' lives. It's going to just ripple all out, like out into the world, into this beautiful, beautiful impact that you're making. And so I know all of the women that I work with too are very much all about, like, yes, we create businesses to create financial freedom, but it's so much more than that. It is about really, truly creating an impact. It's not just about money. It's about money because we need money to, you know, live and pay the bills and all that stuff, but it's not just about that. It's about so much more. So going back to this, you know, question of, or this belief of like, I'll feel confident when I have a client. I'll feel confident when I finish this certification. I'll feel confident when I have, you know, a 5K month. I'm telling you, you're going to get all those things. You're going to do all those things, and you're going to feel the exact same way that you feel right now. So I highly, highly encourage you, and this is what I do with my clients. I highly, highly encourage you to start tapping into your confidence and your conviction and what you do before any sales roll in, before you have any clients. You can be the best coach on this planet, or the best whatever you do, service provider, whatever it is, and you can have 0 sales. Like, and it's not saying that like, over time, those things stack up to help you with like, overall the confidence. But it's in the beginning, it's like you have to decide, you absolutely have to decide that you're going in it like 110%. You're not going to care what other people say, what other people think. You're okay feeling a little cringy at first because you so deeply believe that what you have is absolutely going to change people's lives. And that is simply it. And that is how we begin to detach from the outcome. It's how we get out of this cycle of like, okay, I got to prove myself. And then you're in it and then you're still proving yourself and you still feel the same way. And then the cycle just continues. So we get out of that cycle by tapping in to why what we do is so amazing. And we get to decide, like you get to decide how you're going to show up, and not even like how you're going to show up strategically, like how you're going to show up energetically. Like you get to freaking decide every day over and over again that you are the best thing since sliced bread. Like that just gets to be, because think about it. There's probably people out there that are doing the same thing that you're doing, and they're probably doing it worse than you are, and you're sitting there thinking like, oh gosh, like look at what she's doing, I would do this way better, but like she's way farther along than me, or so that's what it seems when I see her on Instagram or whatever. The only difference between her and you is that she's decided that she's just going to be really good at that, and that she's going to show up with conviction and confidence in what she has. And that's what is magnetizing people to you. This cycle of being in, well, when you come sign up with me, then I'll feel really confident. And I know you're not saying that. Obviously, you're not saying that to anybody. Please don't say that to anybody. And if you are, let me help you. But in that energy, like you're essentially repelling people, and it's doing the opposite of what you're intending to do, which is, build your confidence, build your experience, time in the game, like helping more people, decide, like all of those things. So, and if this struck a little bit, like if this hit you, if you're like, ooh, this is kind of me, I'm kind of in this cycle. And you can be in this cycle at different levels too. Like you can really be in this, or you can like low key be like, yeah, this isn't happening to me. But then if you kind of take a deeper look and you like pop the hood and you're like, oh, there are areas where I really am attached to the outcome, to how this ends up, to how this sales conversation ends up, to how this DM conversation ends up. There's different levels to this, but if this kind of hit you and you're like, oh yeah, I probably do need to work on this. And honestly, I don't know anybody that doesn't need to work on this, regardless of how long you've been in business or where you are at in your business. It's always a good refresher. It's always a good idea to check in and be like, where am I tying, like, how am I tying my results to my success? Where am I, like, what am I making my results mean about me and what I'm able to create? What am I, like, where am I low key getting like in a slump because I'm making things mean things about me? So completely detaching from the outcome, from any external sale, any client, any situation, and getting that power from within you. If that speaks to you and you are like, yes, I want more of this, I am hosting a free Telegram challenge next week. It starts on Monday. It's going to be so much fun. We already have lots of people in, and we're gonna basically, it's in Telegram, so there's no like Zoom calls or anything like that. You just tap in, listen in, almost like podcast style when you can. So it's super flexible when you're on your walk or when you're in the shower or when you're driving or wherever. You can just tap in and get these little nuggets of goodness on. And we're going to go even deeper on this whole thing about how to detach from the results, from the outcome, so that you can show up more magnetically and more powerfully in your business with so much confidence and so much conviction, regardless of the sale, regardless of the number, regardless of anything. So it gets to come from you. And how fun is that? Like, how good does it sound to be able to wake up and just know that like you're going to feel really good about yourself, about your business, about whatever's going on, regardless of anything that's happening outside? Like, there's a lot of power in that. And in that energy, you are going to move a lot faster. You are going to move a lot more powerfully. And probably most importantly, you're going to have even more fun. Okay? So come join us. The link I'm sure the link is in my bio, or you can always message me. My DMs are always open. So I love you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday or wherever this little audio finds you. I will see you on Monday for the Telegram challenge. Jump in. What do you have to lose? You have nothing to lose. Just jump in. Okay, I love you guys. Have a great day. Mwah, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Thanks for listening, you guys. If you're ready to get your business going and making money and to step into that next level version of you, I would love to support you make that happen through strategy, mindset work, and my Cut the BS style coaching, because it's always better, quicker, and more fun to have someone who's already been through it support you. Shoot me a message over on Instagram with the word ready, and we can chat and get your questions answered about coaching and how I can support you. I cannot wait to hear from you.